Pace lap is starting.
Right.
The A Sports Racing finale, the first of 22 national driving championships to be decided here at Road Atlanta this weekend, is on the pace lap and on the pole predictably. Jerry Hansen of Wayzata, Minnesota, who brings 20 national driving championships here to Road Atlanta, including 9 in this class. Since 1975, no one else has won the A Sports Racing Championship but Hansen. He's a very successful Minneapolis stockbroker, and David Hobbs, he certainly has top flight equipment.
Well, he always buys the very best equipment, usually from Carl Haas Auto out in Chicago. This car is the car that Alan Jones won the Canada Championship last year, and he has a small margin of the rest of the field of something like 5 seconds here, so the race shouldn't be too difficult for Jerry Hansen, obviously, if things will go wrong.
Each of the drivers in this and the other 21 SCCA classes went through a rigorous, season-long process to qualify for the runoffs here at Road Atlanta. There are regional and national and bonus national races, each of which award points in a driver's home division. The divisional champion and the next 4 runners-up are invited to Road Atlanta to compete for the national driving title in each of the 22 classes. A Sports Racing is perhaps the most powerful, the most awesome cars that will be on the racetrack this weekend. What would you estimate for horsepower, David, on these cars?
Well, that car of Hansen's, which has got a big Chevrolet engine, 305 cubic inch engine, will be giving around about 550 horsepower. And he'll be getting a maximum speed down the straight. The pace car is just turning on to now of probably 185, 190 miles an hour.
These cars weigh less than a ton. They're about half the weight of your average Detroit-produced street car. With those 500 horsepower right behind the driver's head, ahead of rear wheels. As we see the drivers working the cars, weaving back and forth.
Well, they just warmed the tyres up. The temperature dropped quite dramatically down here in Georgia. And they're just trying to make the sidewalls work and get some warmth into the tyres, because these race cars really only come to their optimal performance at quite high temperature, around about 200 to 280 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, if those cars go into the first turn on cold tires, it's apt to be a bad scramble.
El Skater. Certainly. You tend not to grip too much until the weather's warm.
The weather here is also a factor. There is the possibility of rain. And unlike the stock cars, these machines run in the rain. And it may be that tire strategy will play a key role in the outcome of one or several of these races. The dry tires have no tread at all. They're slick. They only have little wear indicators to show when they're worn down to the canvas. Rain tires, though, have a very aggressive tread pattern to ward off the water. But, David, if you have dry tires in the wet or even wet tires in the dry, it'll just knock you right out of it.
These don't work at all. The wet tires in the dry wear out in no time. Of course, the dry tires in the wet simply don't grip at all.
The Datsun safety car heads down toward turn number 12, the downhill turn that is the key to victory here at Road Atlanta. The cars slowly approach turn 12, looking for the starter's green flag. 18 laps. And green is on, and Hansen's a cut in the cars for the first turn. It is Bob Allen in car number 69. The Northern Pacific champion from Ripon, California. Allen has the lead going into turn number 1. Hansen has the second spot out of 1. Up the hill and they continue to approach the section of the course known as the S's. Looking here from the top of the hill as Allen and Hansen snake their way up through the S's and into the first speed portion of the course. Allen has jumped out to a sizable lead, and David, I think, got Hansen napping at the start.
Well, it looks certainly like it. Jerry Hansen, he ran over the bump strips there at turn 5, which isn't always the best thing to do in cars. Bob Allen has raced more than Jerry Hansen this year. In fact, he's third in the division, so he probably hasn't raced all that many times. Just about that.
12 cars took the green flag in A Sports Racing, one of the most expensive and exotic classes. Out of the hook at the south end of the course, and hanging the tail end out is Bob Allen. He's trying to open up a sizable advantage on Jerry Hansen and the rest of the 12-car field. Remember, Hansen has not been beaten in this division since way back in 1974. The disparity between these cars is probably the most we'll see all weekend.
Well, it is. The grid here is the widest by far. There's something like 20-odd seconds between the first and the fastest car. Whereas some of the other grids are only covered by a couple of seconds. There we see Allen taking a very wide line and running over more bump strips. Again, running his car. Hansen taking a slightly more conservative line and running away now from third place car.
Bob Allen completes that one with a 3-second margin on the field in third place. If we have any luck at all, it's Dale Wise in car number 11. He was also the third fastest qualifier. Out of Columbus, Ohio, he is the Central Division champion. There are several cars in this race, you'll notice, that are unlike these sleek sports racing Lolas and McLarens that are running at the head of the field. There is a rather ancient Corvette Stingray back there whose own class was abolished due to lack of participation, as Allen is taking, you wouldn't call it the textbook line, looking over the bump strips and out in the dirt. And
well, it would be the sort of line if you were getting really desperate on the last lap of a race, you might be persuaded to take. But at this stage in the race, with the lead like he's got, it's not the best thing to do, because those strips are about 4 inches high, and they really knock these rims around. There he's having a tear. This car is an SSE, which is an unknown make to myself. Probably made by
there is Hansen, the runner-up and defending national champion. Hansen has taken a bit of flack for his approach to the sport. It is one of maximum spending in order to achieve maximum results, and you can't argue with that. However, some of these competitors in this class are less well-heeled. A lot of smoke there, a puff of smoke to the 69, the leader, Bob Allen.
He probably drowned it out as he went on the screen. You don't see too well, but that's quite a severe hill there. And at the bottom there, this car has a lot of G-force goes in. And I suspect his car is bottoming out there.
Hansen coming off a slow start. Now begins to close on the leader as they go down to turn number 1. Third place car in sight. That is John Sorbello of Lawrence, Massachusetts. Dale Wise of Columbus, Ohio, and a Brabham rides in the 4th spot. And it looks as if Hansen is slowly eating away at the lead.
It could be that Jerry Hansen, in fact, is playing it cool here and being rather cleverer than we thought.
Well, 18 laps, though, David. It's not much room for strategy, is there?
No, there isn't. There really isn't. This is the only race where there is any room for strategy, and Jerry has got the time in hand to make it look like a race, but a lot of these races here in 18 laps, you're right, qualifying is very important. And then you've really got to get in there and drive your hardest to try and do well. You can't hang back.
Well, certainly not hanging back is Bob Allen, as every time he comes out of that hook, he really wants to tail out of that car. Of course, with these cars' monster 20-inch wide tires, that's really not much of a problem. Down the long 5,000-foot straightaway, they'll be heading for the bridge, and coming out from under and looking at the downhill once again to complete lap number 4.
Yeah, and there's that smoke again as Allen goes through the dip there.
That's quite a severe downhill.
It's very severe. It could either be the suspension bottoming out and the car scraping the floor, or it could be just the bodywork being pushed down onto the tires and smoking that way.
In that case, it would not necessarily be a critical problem. These cars have hand-formed aluminum and fiberglass bodies, specially designed, as are those huge rear wings, to cheat the wind. The order is unchanged in this incredibly boring A-Sports Racing finale. Up front is Bob Allen of California, the Northern Pacific champion. Jerry Hansen is running in the 2nd position. Riding 3rd is the 19, John Cervello of Lawrence, Massachusetts, the black, white, red, yellow, and orange machine. And in the 4th spot, Dale Wise out of Columbus, Ohio. All of these drivers.
Look at the closeness of this race, Mike. I mean, it's unbelievable how these cars all over each other.
All of these drivers divisional champions, with the exception of Hansen, who couldn't be bothered.
Of course, at times like this, when the racing is as close and frenetic as this, the driving, of course, it's tremendously difficult to retain concentration. Watch your own car. All these other guys around you in close proximity can be very dangerous.
Well, there are not many biscuits to look at lining the fence with all this cold weather gear, so I would imagine that aside from warding off the cold, now Allen could get frostbite and have to pit for warm.
Whoa, and there's that smoke again. I'm not sure what it is. All I know is that Bob Allen is having trouble in my favorite spot on this track. 3 times I've had suspension failures in that ravine, which have sent me up the hill pirouetting, as it were, towards the bridge.
There is Bob Allen. Hansen has visibly closed the gap. We actually have them both on the monitor at the same time. That's the first time we have since the start.
There's Allen dragging Georgia Clay dust behind him. She's come along for the ride, I guess.
Those bumps over the inside of the track are designed there to keep the drivers from going through the dirt. They call them dragon's teeth. Because they will rattle your fillings out if you go over a bunch of them. They'll also rattle your suspension apart. And we're about to get into one of the most exciting portions of this race, whereby the leader attempts to lap one of the back markers, who, if he is sufficiently upset at the whole affair, will probably make a mess of the whole thing.
Allen. Hansen.
Hansen's car is obviously of a much later, much more advanced design. Just looking at the front section where Hansen has that separate rear wing to aid in downforce on the front. That is helping him to catch the leader. The older, more conventional style of Can-Am car that you might have seen back in the mid-70s.
Well, I'm glad I'm not in Mr. Allen's shoes or seat at the moment. That looks all a bit hair-raising, and he keeps running over these bumps. Knocking too many runs of what's it out of that suspension of this car. Hopefully nothing's going to break on him before he's just coming up to lap the Chevrolet Corvette.
Allen is a graduate of the Dale Earnhardt School of Exciting Racing for Television.
He's a graduate of the Ken Squire School of Advanced Driving.
No, he doesn't spend enough time in the dirt for that. They have lapped one of the back markers. That's that aging Chevrolet Corvette. It really doesn't belong in this class, since its own class was abandoned.
And there he is running over those bump strips again. He's really taking a chance with the chassis and the wheels on that car of his.
Speaking of abandon, that is exactly what Bob Allen is driving with. Well, when you've been out-qualified for 5 seconds, David, what choice do you have to try to jump the start and let it all hang out?
That's right, that's what he's doing. So far, he's doing a good job.
Second place does not get your picture in Road and Track, so the only shot, actually no place will this year. Allen's only shot is to go flat.
This bump that Jerry Hampton's going over there has caught out 2 drivers in its time, one of whom was Denny Hulme, the world champion, 1967 Formula 1 world champion. He did a backflip going over that bump. They've modified the cars somewhat since then, and they're less likely to do it. But experience to happen.
Our spotters on the backstretch confirm that is indeed tire smoke for the 69 car, otherwise it would have blown up long before now. Up at turn 8, one car is out of the race, car number 14, Noah Lacona, the Midwest champion from West Des Moines, Iowa. It's a good thing he's out of the race. We couldn't pronounce his name anyway.
Nice paint scheme, though.
Yes, yes, beautiful car. If it doesn't go, chrome it. Who said that first? Nevertheless, lapping can be tricky, David, when you have such a disparity in speed.
Lapping can be also very tricky in those particular S's because you need to use basically all the road to get through them. And
here's our second retiree, Dale Armstrong of Austin, Texas. Believe it or not, this car won the Southwest Division Championship. Of course, I'm talking about this and we're not seeing it, so that doesn't make much sense. He's sitting there with his arms up in the air. He is surrendered to the Japanese.
Hold on.
Yes, the Dotson people apparently have caused him to surrender. And, having a shunt, as it were, Terry Whitlock, car number 85, that will upset the aerodynamics. And I got to learn to watch the monitor because I'm not paying any attention. Yeah. Every time he does that, I want to say, And see what has happened. Mr. Allen's lead. It is shrinking 1.1 seconds. Is the margin now enjoyed by by Bob Allen. Jerry Hansen closing the gap. David, where is the point on this racetrack to make the move?
Well, I think Hansen's going to have to play this very, very carefully as they approach the main straight. He's going to have to try and draft up to Bob Allen, try and slingshot him as they go through that dip.
Heavy traffic back up front. Nice concept. We're about to lose the lead change.
Car number 60.
There we go.
Bob Dennis.
Snaking their way through traffic.
Bernard Dennis.
Our 2 leaders, at Hansen has been able to close what Bob Allen is forced to deal with race traffic. 2 moving chicanes coming out of the hook at the far end of the race course. Allen has lapped them both. Hansen is caught in the sandwich. Moves to the inside, and he loses what precious little ground he has. 6 car lengths is the difference. Bob Allen and Jerry Hansen. It translates to about 3/4 of a second on the racetrack. Down through that 5,000-foot straightaway, as it were, and around turn. What is that turn?
Well, it's turn 10.
That was turn 10.
But it's actually not a turn. It's really straight.
Here's a dip. 11 and coming down the hill to 12.
Allen very desperate. Hansen closing up in his mirrors. Inexorably pressing in on him.
Yeah. That's your job.
That's what we need a lap count for.
Lap count. Oh, Denny's doing lap charts. How nice. Jim, we've solved the lap chart problem. He's sitting right next to it. And as soon as
left-hand.
as soon as this race is over, we're going to move him in. No, we're going to move him in here. Now the third place car has fallen to about a minute behind. But up front, it's a hell of a race. Thankfully, no. Yeah, no, we can't hear the PA. He's right next to us.
Because if we were outside, you would hear the PA.
Pardon me? Who? No, thank you. No. Tire smoke again. What, Jim, won't this cut down to a nice 2-minute show? Oh, yeah.
And Hansen makes a move going into turn 1. The excitement here, people's palms sweating.
Yeah, all 7 of them up there.
Especially Jerry Hansen.
Jerry Hansen has made his move at turn 1, the prime passing point here at Road Atlanta. Outbraking Bob Allen.
In a brilliant maneuver. It was quite well executed.
But now that Hansen has the lead, let's pause for the next 10 minutes. We're going to Stockton, California, and the International Frisbee and Pearl Diving Competition. And we'll be back as soon as we find a better race to cover. No. Moving right along. Jim, here's where you earn your money finding us a race back in the field.
I was afraid of that. What did he say?
There aren't. There's no field and there's no race. Don't say we didn't warn you. Yeah, that's right.
And here comes Allen passing Jerry Hansen.
Hansen has been alerted by the promoter, Don Whittington, that there are no paying spectators lining the fences, and they've got to show some excitement if they're going to get in there. They're surrendered the lead. How cold is it out there in those cars? Back to turn 1. This is where Hansen passed 1 lap ago to the inside, and he dives low again. But Allen cuts him off heading into the turn.
You've got to be awfully careful playing around like that because something ghastly could go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Bob Allen picking up the dust. Kicking the dirt in Jerry Hansen's face.
It's an old Bob Tullius trick. If you can't beat them fair and square, get in front, run in the rocks, and blow out their windshield. Then they have to stop.
Sounds like a Dale Earnhardt trick.
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
And Allen slips a wheel over the edge of the tarmac down there, turn 7. Probably remarkably unscrewed the inside sidewall of his rear tire. Rocking him.
And darkness has begun to fall here at Road Atlanta. Oh, there we are.
We are in lap number 10. Only 8.
Allen just about came down the pit road that time, and Hansen closes in again. Hansen dives to the inside, heading for turn number 1. He has the line and the room, and Hansen goes back in front for the second time today. Bob Allen relegated to second place once again as Hansen outbreaks him, flips him the international single-fingered sign of goodwill, and drives off into the sunset, as it were. Yes, we've had an incredible 3 lead changes in this race.
Who said NASCAR gave all the lead changes? Slower than cricket.
Third place just came by, and there's first and second up in the hook.
Bob Allen hanging on there.
He's really doing a hell of a job of staying with Hansen, given the spread in the qualifying times.
There we get the Carl Bugsy Stevens Award for keeping the second place car closely in check.
Allen passes him again. Hansen must be wondering if that national championship is going to slip from his grasp. Are they? Yeah. They seem to be off Hanson's qualifying.
Jim, what was that? I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
They're running 22.
Oh, running 22s? Lap?
Who qualified it down too.
Okay. Do you think that's a relevant, really big deal? Okay. Even so, I think given the different classes and the fact that some will be much faster than others, I think lap times would only serve to confuse the viewer. Right. Right.
I think we ought to put all the lap times in all the time on font. Down to 100.
Yeah, right, there you go.
I could read now. Swat up on the Formula V race.
Now you know why they call that race the Lumberman's 500, because all the spectators sit there and saw wood.
Hold on, I won that race, pal.
Oh my, how quickly we forgot.
I didn't forget the 44 grand.
I'm not just looking on the spectators.
They waved and cheered.
Yeah, no, that was a good show.
And guffawed.
That was a good show.
That was supposed to have aired on.
Really?
Yeah, what's his name? Mullen.
Mullen?
Yeah.
He did? Not Wimbledon.
Bobbing, weaving, dancing.
Front body work on his front shadow.
Dancing.
Dancing.
Dancing. Rim run. Has annexed the lead. I must remember that.
Has our next to the lead?
Has annexed.
Annexed the lead.
Annexed the lead. And Hanson pulls away as they go through those vicious sweeps. 4, 5.
Yeses, which are really more like R's and shit. Oh, yeah. Spectacularly regains control. Dale Wise, that is. Believe it or not, he's the 4th place car. And he's about to be lapped. Allen, David, looking at the way he's running down that straightaway. Allen appears to have more gear, or less gear. Hanson appears to be running a higher gear because Allen's getting him at the end of the straightaway.
He is.
Boy, that's a nice shot. I like it.
That is a good shot.
Yep. Hanson
That's
again.
a good shot too.
Dive bombing into turn number 1. Intimidates Allen.
I can go faster than that. That's a sedan round.
There's our 4th place car.
Very wide. Very lonely. Swinging through turn 5.
There's a great shot of grass growing here in the S's. Yes, we will call laps for you.
Huh?
Yes. Once we get to Denny, we will start calling laps. Either complete lap so-and-so.
Yeah. All we need. Is he going to come in here?
He is. We don't want to coming up.
Oh, and Bob Allen takes to the dirt at turn 7. He's really putting on the pressure. 4 times before. Approaching in the straight. Down the dip. Hanson maintains the lead. Ooh, that gut-wrenching dip.
And as they come to the start-finish line, it will be 3 laps to go.
Hanson now assumes another Ken's driver. Assumes a stronger lead. Is it?
It's Hanson now, holding on.
Hanson maintains his lead through turn 1. Soaring on the wheel as this vicious 550 horsepower monster tries to get away from it. His skilled fingers nimbly play with the wheel, his feet dancing on the pedals as this car swoops through the S's down the hill, clips the apex. Well, this is that one by Braking hard here, hands working, changing down to the left hand. Allen runs over the curbstone jet again.
And out of our picture.
And there we see a lovely picture of empty track in Georgia Country. And there is Dale Wise running in a strong fourth position, about to be challenged by the leader. Jerry Hansen, Minnesota, wealthy stockbroker, entrepreneur, tracker, raconteur, womanizer. Great racing driver, about to be taken. And we're getting near the end of this race, and Bob Allen retakes the lead as they go swooping down to the most dangerous part of this track. And Allen's car almost under control.
Allen runs on a horsepower, and Hansen runs out of nerve. 2 laps to go when they come to the start-finish line. Heading out of turn 11 into the downhill, and we'll try to call the last 2 laps for Regal.
And Jerry Hansen here playing with fire. Dale Wise gets the blue flag. Move over. The leaders are coming in.
Hansen.
Allen pitches the road.
Well, they're having trouble lapping the fourth place car of Dale Wise, and Wise could be the spoiler.
Putting up unexpectedly strong resistance at this late stage of this terrific race.
There are 2 cars. Tell you what, I'll be the color band. There's a blue one, and there's a white one.
2 red ones.
Lead cars, Allen, who has gone for broke right from the start of this 18 lap. There are now 2 laps to go, correct? Yes, that's what we did. There's that moving chicane.
He's running in a strong 5th place.
Oh, yes. It is still Allen. Here is Hansen. Getting up for a run back to the hook. Pump and smoke as Allen shifts. And Hansen this time has the power. Looks to the outside of the racetrack as they move up on traffic. And Hansen will appropriate the lead. Allen drops in to catch whatever benefit of the draft he can muster as they move up on this slower lap car whose number we never quite see. It is 73. Jerry Dolsky, the 6th fastest qualifier, running to 5th position.
He also has a Lola, similar car, but slightly older vintage to Jerry Hansen, the Minnesota stockbroker.
Still Hansen. Allen will have one more shot at it. Kenny Bender has his wits about him. This will be the last lap. And indeed it is.
17 laps complete, the checkered flag ready to be unfurled for a lucky winner of a United States Sports Car Club National Champion.
Bob Allen will have one last shot, and so far, David, he has had the power coming out of this hook and down that back straightaway.
If I was Jerry Hansen, I'd be worried at this stage of this race. Could be that he'll be taken on the very last lap down that back chute and lose. And he has held for 49 years.
Up the hill and down the 5,000-foot back straightaway. For Allen has had the power. This time, he is so far back on Hansen that he will never do it.
Trying hard. Very hard.
Yes. Jerry Hansen will keep this from being a total runaway. As Allen looks for racing room coming down the hill and toward the checkered flag, and Hansen wins his 21st national championship to the jeers of the crowd.
A worthy winner takes the flag and proceeds on his lap of honor, his victory lap for the 21st time. Jerry Hansen is the national champion, and that makes him the
21 times?
Well, he's 121 anyway.
Number 44, what Lola wants Lola gets, paid $280, $220, and $2. Number 69, nobody's favorite, paid $760 and $340.
13-time national champion in sports racing machinery, Jerry Hansen.
You know, when we get to B, one thing that never came out, I don't think, in our pre-race or our setup, is what all those nice little back street lines are, where the showroom stalkers get lost.
Yeah.
That's a viewpoint. Yes, Jerry, you're number one again. Yes, Jerry. See all the fans go back? Both of them. We didn't talk about all the skid marks on the track. You know, we could talk about cover where the groove is, but where everybody gets lost. He's still on his cool-off lap.
I'm supposed to be going down now.
As David Hobbs makes his way to victory lane with at least as much excitement as Jerry Hansen exhibited in winning this A Sports Racing National Championship. His 10th in the class. No one has been able to wrest the championship from his grip since 1974. The last driver to hold it was the late Warren Tote in a McLaren. Don't tell me they're going to get the flag for another lap. Dickie, can you turn down? That's a little loud. I can't make you out. Oh, okay. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I was going to say shooting the guy right in the car before he gets out. Yeah, yeah. Right. Right, that's right.
Oh, I don't know. I might never get another.
Did you think that race was ever in jeopardy? Did you ever feel really pressed by Bob Allen?
Yeah, he led most of the race. Actually, he missed a shift because there was oil down in the hairpin. But I think you realize when the track is cold and the cars are cold, the tires don't grip like they normally do. He had a very good car.
Up in the announce booth, we were a bit frightened at one stage because Alan's car was leaving smoke as you come to the dip at the end of the straight, and you were following him pretty close. Did that ever worry you at all?
Yeah, yes it did, because he was actually, oh, I didn't see it.
Oh,
he didn't. I'm not good on TV here, you know. My right front tire was hitting the fender too when you go down the dip. It smoked just a little bit, but his was really smoking. Yeah,
well,
I was afraid.
Well, anyway, congratulations, Jerry Hansen, on your 21st national champion, and may you win many more.
Thank you very much. I think Bob did a nice job.
Thank you. Okay.
It's hard to tell with these guys.